So today I'm just going to give you a quick dry run on the tools and what we use to install our HF urethane mortar. So this is a 1/4 inch thick urethane mortar. As you can see, it's got rock mixed in with it. It's super hard, it's durable, it's used in food processing facilities. It's one of the most heavy duty floors we install. And so to do that, we have some special equipment. So we have a big mixer here, like our cove mixer. It's got the paddle that comes in there. What we're going to do is we're going to open our hardener, pour our hardener in. We're going to open our resin. We're going to pour our resin in. We're going to let that thing spin for 30 seconds to just make sure those two get mixed together. Then we're going to add our HF powder, which is thicker than our regular electric powder. We'll add that to there, making sure that mixes for about a minute. Move the paddle in and out as needed. That's about a 1.5 minute mix. Now I'm going to take this paddle out. Of course, I'd have like a ram board mixing area, so this isn't sitting on finished floor. I'm going to take that out. There's a chain on it that's hooked up for like transporting. So once I'm mixing, I can undo that. And I'm going to kick this bucket up and over. And there will be another person here on the wheelbarrow lining this up. And I'm going to scrape and get all that product out of that mixer into the wheelbarrow. This is my screen box. This has 2 adjustments on the front that I can adjust the height of this thing based on how thick I want it to install. I'm going to take my wheelbarrow, HF wheelbarrow. It's got 2 pins right here. Those are actually guides. 2 empty. Of course, in this example, everything's really close. On a job site, there may be some distance between, and that gives me the ability to lift up and drop that product into the screed box. By this time, we got another mix going. The transport guy is going to give you the product. And then we have something to throw in the screed box. And you're going to run the screed box back, nice and even. When it's filled with product, it can be harder to pull, so you're just pulling it nice and smooth. And you'll see that it just leaves a consistent profile. When I go up to do my next row, very similar to mowing my yard, I'm just going to overlap the width of my tire. So I got about a 4-inch overlap, where I'm going to then pull back and continue that process over and over again for the size of my room. For small areas where this might not fit or inside corners, I'll just spatula some product in there. But one thing about troweling this product, I'm going to then trowel this product. And it's going to be kind of ripply, and I'm going to try to get it smoother. So my trowel, I'm going to use a rounded trowel, because when I put pressure on, it's not going to want to leave lines. And then when I'm moving product as far as the thickness, I want to keep it up at about a 60-degree angle, so it's heavier like that, nice and high. Once my floor is more smooth, or if that screed box is doing a really good job, I would only need to be about a 30-degree angle, so it's about right there. And I'm going to put pressure on, sometimes one-handed, sometimes two-handed, or I could go backwards, and I just want to make sure I move in one direction. So in concrete, in our trowel, we want to move back and forth. With this product, we want to keep going the same direction the whole time because it closes up the pinholes instead of making more. To finish the floor, I'll use a light roller, and I'm going to just go back and forth, go over half, back and forth. I don't want to VW because it can leave divots in my floor. This is going to bring the cream up, which is just the resins, and so it's got a resin-rich surface. And then after I roll, I will use some aluminum oxide and I will spritz it in the floor. So I'm taking pinches of it and I'm checking the light and I'm saying, trying to throw it up so it dissipates and it goes like a nice, even, consistent sheen. I wouldn't want to, I gotta be careful that I don't drop any and leave a pile. I gotta make sure I don't, I throw it up, I just don't pinch it out because again, it would be too concentrated. So I'm picking it up and spritzing it out across the surface. And then to make sure the aggregate gets encapsulated in the resin, I have to do what we call a back roll. So if that's my wall, I will come here and I'll just pull that roller. I'll come here and I'll pull that roller. If I'm in the middle of the floor, I might start here and I'm going to roll and lift out. The reason is every time that roller touches the floor, that weight transfer is going to release some product and leave the line. So if I'm up against the wall, I can drop it. because if there's a wall right here, I can't really see that line as I walk the floor. In the middle of the floor, if I dropped and pulled, I would see that line. So if I dropped in and then lifted, by the time I work backwards, I'm going to go over that spot and lift over it to hide that area. And so these things are all happening at once because you can't walk in this product. So you got a guy screeding, right after he screeds, you got a guy troweling. The roller is kind of rolling right after, and it takes about 6 guys to do this install. Again, this is an easier non-product version, but it gives you an overview of the tools and how this gets installed.